Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth, doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
Alright, welcome to the show, guys. Just wanted to quickly make this video. I'm going to be talking about some of the past situations and certain stuff, and you've obviously seen the title, and in the title it clearly says how you could basically be a millionaire if you had 0.1. Now, this is a funny thing that I've been repeating for some time now, and coincidentally, I mean, the numbers are keep on reducing. So back in the days, we were talking about like how if you had 10 bitcoins, for $1,000 or £1,000, you could have been a millionaire. And obviously, those those numbers have come true in some form or manner. Like, when we talk about it, like we said, like, just invest £1,000 and you can do this. This is something I found on Facebook, because I realized that I had another group with this particular address. That's where I had everything on, right? And unfortunately, that channel group is gone now. So this is the last video that I have of this particular thing, which was posted on the 17th of August 2017. And you can see here clearly how I mentioned that I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what it is. You can invest 100, 200, whatever you want, a rounded number, and you can get appreciation over time. And I was kind of indicating about this, and I was saying, contact me. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'll definitely tell you what's going on. So this is what I've been doing. I was preaching, because I know a lot of scams were around that particular time where people were trying to scam everybody. And I said, look, most of these companies and everything they're promoting and all of that, there must be like MLMs or whatever. Avoid them, just go to the real thing. And that's what I was advising people at that time. So I wanted to talk about this because it is very, very related to today's video, because it's a message I want to give to people again. Years later, I'm coming back again, I'm saying the same thing, but this time the numbers are reducing. Do you see what I mean? So back in the days, it was like, oh, if you had 10 bitcoins, if you had 20 bitcoins, or now later on it's kept on changing to lower number. And right now the message is very simple: 0.1 bitcoin, 10% of a bitcoin, right? So if somebody had 10% of a bitcoin today, what could they expect, right? You could expect a lot, right? We could expect a lot. And the reason we talk about this, and how you can expect to see £1 million or something like this, or $1 million, it's very how would I say this, it's got to do with the fact that we are seeing this log curve, right? And I'll show you how this log curve works actually as well, because the thing is a lot of people have asked me, is this the absolute? Actually, no, we can do our own log chart, right? I'll show you how it works, right? I'll take all the drawing, I'll leave the drawings on for now, but I'll show you how a log chart actually works. A lot of people are confused how log charts work. It's quite simple. All you do, you just take a line and you put it on all the highs, every single high there is, right? You put it on every single high there is. And unfortunately, sometimes we do peak out, but all you have to do, just to be on the safe side, you can just take the highs and just connect it with the highs, and that will give you your next high. Do you know what I mean? So that's one way of doing it. Also, you want to know your lows. You do the same thing. You take all the lows that you had, for example, in the past, and you just use that. Make sure you have to connect all the lows, right? So you connect all the lows here, and ultimately that's how you end up getting yourself your own lows, right? So you can connect these, and that's it. So you've got 1 point here, 1 point here. By just connecting that, you now know what your average low is, right? It's actually quite simple to do. So this is how we calculate. Okay, this is exactly how we calculate. Let me also check. Hey bro, nice to see you. First, let's go. El Bubble's here as well. Thank you very much, El Bubble. So this is how you do it. Obviously, for algorithmically using it, right, what we do is we just forget about this, and we just use the log curve. So you've just seen how it's done, right? And we can curve it, and all you're doing is just connecting all the tops and connecting all the bottoms. That's all it does, nothing else. And then you find the median range, and you say, okay, that's the midpoint, right? And based on this, right, this is why we say, what could be the future high, and why 0.1 today could make you XYZ, right? So all you got to do is just draw a line like this, for example. So if somebody bought 0.1 BTC today, in the future at some point, right, 0.1 is going to be 10% of a Bitcoin. And we've also talked about this red line. that how we're below this red line. Once we go above this red line, numbers change drastically, dramatically, you know, whatever you want to call it, right? It just changes. We had Fidelity recently come out and originally say $10 million a coin. Then they changed it to $100 million a coin. And recently they just come out with, I think, $1 billion a coin. Why did they say all of this? Because they see the same metric as I see. So when you have this kind of a confidence coming from institutions and everything, why wouldn't you pick up 0.1? I mean, it would have been kind of hilarious if I said 0.1 around here somewhere, because it was nothing, you know. But we were saying, look, zero, you know, around this time we were saying just pick up at least 10 and just sit on it. So if someone had 10 today, that would have been about £500,000 or $500,000 actually. So close to $500,000. That's what you would have had at today's price. So think about that. And 10 would have cost you only about $1,000. Over time, as soon as we kept on coming, we were like talking about how around this level we was not around this level actually. Around this level we were saying how you could, all you need is about £5,000 worth, which is at that time was around $6,000. So you know, it was about 2 BTC. Again, 2 BTC today would have made you 100k easy, no worries. So same a rule applies, right? But over time, as you can see, the more scarce it gets, the more the price pumps up, the less you can hold. So the same thing applies right now. It's like, okay, 0.1, no problem. That's only 10%, right? $5,000 worth of BTC. If you can buy $5,000 worth of BTC and just hodl, right? All you're doing is just hodling. You're just holding until it gets to these levels. You're laughing. You are laughing because these are the $1 million levels. So 0.1 today would give you 100k. Do you know what I mean? And then over time, once we hit that $5 million level, but you have to have conviction. You see, the thing is, it's not about you buying it today and assuming I'm going to get to there, all of that. None of that business. You got to be convicted. You got to say, right, okay, do you know what? I believe in this. I'm going to do this. And you got to be in it for 5 years minimum. That's how you're going to do it. If you don't do 5 years, you're going to get wrecked. Right? Also, people talk about what's the best time to get in? What's the best time to get out? Well, I found an indicator for you. You only need this one indicator. You can save it. You can put it on your bookmark or whatever you want. And it's called the AHR 999 index. Very simple. Just AHR 999 index. This is the only thing you need. And you can find it on Bybit. Right? It's completely free. You don't even have to log in. As you can see, you can get this. Right? And what you want to do here is very simple. You buy around this red line. Whenever you see this red line, you buy. Whenever you see this green line, you can start selling out and getting out or taking your initial out. Full stop. Perfect strategy. But this doesn't come that often. If you look carefully, it doesn't come that often. So you got, this is the bear market, right? This is the bear market. This is the 2017 bull market. This is the thing. So ultimately, the idea is, strategy here is you buy around these levels. Whenever we come to this red level, perfect buy zone, and you hodl, and you take your initial out around here and you hodl. Right? You can do that. That's the safest way you can do it without actually investing too much money or having your own money invested in it, right? But 0.1 BTC is the key for you to hold, right? That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. I mean, Ethereum right now, if somebody asked me, how many Ethereum shall I hold? Well, right now, I would say at least try and hold 1 or 2 Ethereum because it has a good future. If people talk about, say, for example, Solana, or Cardano or something like this, right? As you look at the prices, obviously these are higher, so we say at least 1, at least 10% here, just 1 here, right? Here, for example, a couple of $100, easy, no problem, because this has the potential to go to $10. Right, $10 is great. Anything above 10 is a bit over the top, right? Because what you have to realize as well is the market capitalization. At $3, we're at 90. So at $10 would be at 300 approximately, or 270 actually. And then at $10 would be close to 900. You know what I mean? So, but that is possible in the future, not now. EXC, I'll have a look at that. No worries, give me a second, right? So this is the strategy. So when you're looking at Solana, for example, you can see Solana. Also, Solana actually hit the target that we had. So we did have a target. Remember, we had this target 149.81. We smashed that target. We had a top out 150.60, which is perfect. So I'll have a look, Tamil. No worries. Let me have a look and see what's going on. Give me a second. I'm not going to make this stream too long, by the way. I've only got about another 10 minutes and then I'm going to shoot off. So let's try and shoot through all of this as soon as possible. So what you can do is pick up a few of these and just leave it there. Do you know what I mean? That's the idea, because remember the long-term strategy we have, right? I had a conversation with KR yesterday, a voice note conversation, and at the end of the conversation, I think I kind of cleared everything up to him. I said, look, this season, because where we are right now, right, and I'll show you this in a bit, I'll talk about this in a bit, because of where we are right now, we're here right now and we're about to go to this level at any time now. I'm not going to be looking at any altcoins. In fact, I've talked about it. I'm getting rid of all my altcoins, and yesterday I got rid of 8 of my altcoins, dumped them and took Solana as a hedge. And I think it was a good thing, and I'm planning to load up a little bit more. So I've got a little bit of cash, so I'm going to load up a little bit more on Solana just for the sake of it as a hedge, right? While BTC does whatever, because we're in this critical level here, this critical weekly level here, where if we don't cross over this HMA and this median line, we're in trouble, right? But we are going to do it. I mean, ultimately, what I'm looking here, what I can see here is just bullish action. So if you look carefully, this is just bullish action. The volume is a bit low. I'm a bit disappointed with that. I'll show you SHIB as well, bro. I'm gonna do a rapid charts, so you'll see exactly everything what's going on. I do have everything open, so you can see this bullish action. The wick is telling the story. It's bullish. Right here, you can see that the bears did take partially control, and it was indecisive until the bulls decided they want to take it up. So you can see there's a clear story here. We're getting rejected on this line, regardless how far it's moving or whatever, constantly. But best part is we're doing higher highs. So this is a higher high than this. That's the best part, right? Webull listing. Okay, I don't know which Webull is, but let's have a look anyway. Let's talk about certain stuff, right? Webull. I'll have a look, because listen guys, right now it's very important that you keep your head on your shoulders, and you start observing and thinking about your exit strategy. Very important. You have to start thinking about your exit strategy, right? Because if you don't, you're planning to get wrecked. That's what I'm saying. So you're going to be planning to get wrecked. So that's just why my strategy right now is exit. Doesn't matter, everything is exit. On the way up, I'm exiting everything, and I'm going to hedge myself into BTC, so I want to make more BTC. So ultimately, what I'm doing is all the alts that I had around here, right, if it was worth a lot more in BTC, then obviously I'm taking more BTC, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be climbing the power move with the BTC and Ethereum. That's what I'm doing, right? So I don't want to talk too much about it. I'll make another video tomorrow when I have a little bit more time. Today I was actually quite busy, so I didn't really have time. So let's do this. So that's what we're I'm planning to do. So I know it's coming. I know everything's going to pump because I can see it on the charts, right? When I'm looking at the charts, I can see a lot of action going on. But I don't want to be in alts right now. I've made my money in alts. I've made my BTC in alts. I've made my Ethereum in alts. I want to start thinking about getting out, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Every one of the shit coins I have, I've listed it now. Actually, I'm not even joking. I've updated my chart here. These are the rest of the coins that I had, which is kind of liquid. So these are not offline. So anything offline is not showing here. Only the ones that I have available, right? Little shrapnels here and there, little things like these coins here, for example, Tomo. I even found some TRX in one wallet, so I still got that. So I said, fine, if I've got it, I'm going to list it, and then soon I'm going to get rid of it. So you can see every single coin that I actually have, right? And whatever pairs I'm planning to get out in, I have them there. I'm getting ready to exit, right? So this is the key. It's not about me making another 1000x or 100x. I need to get ready. So because I want to be in BTC. Do you know what I mean? Because I know there's either going to be a big dip coming after this level. We might see a 30% correction. Big bonus for me, pick up a 30% correction. Or we're just going to basically, pump up to here and get the hell out. They will never touch 0.1. Exactly. You should never touch. They will never touch 0.1. Which 0.1 of what, bro? It's 0.1 is 10%. Not 0.01. 0.01 is 1%. 0.1 is 10%. So all you need is 10%, $5,000 worth of BTC to hold for the rest of your life, and you're going to be, thanking me at some point. Trust me. But it's all about patience. So anyway, let's fly through the charts. So you can actually see what's going on, right? Let's fly through the charts, right? Because I know you got, what did you say, XEC? So let's have a look at XEC. I'm just going to do this 2 XEC, and so you said Webull. What is Webull? Okay, I don't see Webull. No, I don't see Webull here. Let me have a look. Webull coin. Let's have a look if there is one. Webull. Okay, I don't see anything for Webull. Webull, all I see is what do you call this? So the common Webull theme that goes on is to do with the Wall Street bets and this and that. So I'm not really finding anything. So I'm not going to be looking at that one. So that's one we've already lost. XEC. Let's have a look. Webull is an exchange. Fair play. There you go. Exchange. So yeah, I mean, no wonder I didn't know what it was. Honestly, don't care. Yes, I have heard of it. Actually, I have heard of it, but again, I don't care because I stick to the top 10. You know what I mean? When you're looking at exchanges, you want to stick to the ones that got the highest liquidity, not the ones that got the nothing. You know, maybe in the future I'll have a look at it. Definitely, I'll look at it. For example, for my own self or something, I'll research it. But right now, you know, I'm not going to be talking about this, right? And if they're launching an exchange coin or whatever, again, they're late to the game, right? They're late to the party. When we're talking about the party, I don't know how many people bought the FTX FTT token, right? I don't know how many people bought it. I mean, what did FTT do today? Let's have a look. Here we go. FTT broke its all-time high. And we were talking about FTT around here. We were talking about it. We have a video and we said, this is a coin you cannot miss. You should buy this. We were sitting somewhere around here. We were talking about FTT. Do you know what I mean? Even around here somewhere we talked about FTT as well. Look what FTT did. You know, I talked about how some exchange coins will always do good. And this is one of those exchange coins that did very, very good. You know what I mean? So that's one of them. There's another exchange coin that I used to play around with, but I don't have it on my list right now. But anyway, let's go to XEC. Have a look at your XEC, bro. XEC eCash. Let's have a look at it. Okay, seems okay. Let's have a look at the trading view. Oh, damn. Okay, so it's been pumping. Tamil, do you have it? If you do, bro, you're doing all right. You know what I mean? You're doing all right. You're doing awesome if you have it. So yeah, let's have a look at XEC. XEC. So if you have it, you're doing insanely awesome. That's really, really good. See, this is one thing that worries me. Parabolic, of course, I mean, anything's going to go parabolic right now, guys. I'll be honest with you. Everything is going to go parabolic right now. But, I mean, all we can do is just do a target. We can do two targets, right? So, number one thing we can do is we can do this and say, okay, what do we expect in the short term? We can expect it to pump over to 0.0004. Okay, so around that level, that's what we could expect to pump to, right? And if we do expect a dump, so let's put this here for us. So, let's do another line. So this is the range we can expect it, right? So if we break out of this, we should go to this line, top line here. Now, if we ended up going down, then what can we expect, right? So currently, if we did go down, we can expect it to go to 0.002. So we can expect a dump around here. So we're just using fibs to basically give us the calculation. So these are the three lines that you should look at. This is where we are currently. So I'll take this out actually. So the low is here and the high is here. You can see this marked here as well. So I hope this kind of helps with XEC, right? So that's XEC. Now, you're talking about SHIB, this, that, whatever. Let's have a look at SHIB, right? Because I do have the SHIB chart. So let's look at SHIB. Actually, let's open it from here. I do have the SHIB chart. SHIB USD. So this is the SHIB currently. One thing it did do, yes, it broke out of its little triangle that it had. So if you look carefully, it had a little triangle here. It broke out of that, which is awesome. It broke out a few days ago, actually. So that's awesome. So far, what we need to see is if it can hold this particular pattern here and bounce around this line here. If it can, then absolutely good. So this is just one of the KR, right? I'll tell you one thing, bro. I wouldn't really get too excited yet. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why we're not going to get too excited. Oh, sorry, this is sushi. My bad. Sorry, guys. I just showed you sushi. Not SHIB. Let's find SHIB. What the hell is SHIB? SHIB. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, this is where we are. Sorry, I just showed you sushi. Sushi broke out. Yeah. So SHIB, massive rejection. So it's not really a pump. You know, you can see it did break out. Funnily, it did break out, and it got rejected. Heavy rejection. Look at this, heavy rejection. So this is the SHIB right now. But ultimately, remember one thing with SHIB, we've got situations where, you know, this neckline we had to break, but we didn't. Listen, remember the top of a red candle is actually here, not here. So the top of the red candle is here. So we're actually down. So that's that. And then look, we've got multiple necklines. Remember we talked about it. We've got multiple necklines that we need to break above. SHIB has a long way to go. I wouldn't really look at it too much, but this is good news. I mean, ultimately, this is quite a good news. You know, looking at this breaking out and then getting dumped, it's not a bad news actually, right? Ultimately, it's not a bad news. That means if we can bounce on this line, you know, and this line is not 100%, but if we can bounce on this line, we could easily see another pump going up. So let's observe and see what happens tomorrow. And also remember, higher, the longer the time frame, the stronger the time frame, right? You know, the data is very strong. So who is talking about? He's talking about SHIB. Who? Me? Okay, I'm not sure. It is found by Bitcoin Cash founders. Check the site and do pump or dump. Which site? Okay, you say you don't believe in memes, right? Nobody believes in memes. They're just a bunch of JPEGs and a bunch of jokes. But the point is if the meme's going to make you money, who cares if you believe it or not? Just make some money. Do you know what I mean? Regardless what it is. So there's plenty of things. In fact, we're talking about meme. I'll tell you about a meme coin. So Elon Musk mentioned he's going to name his dog Flocky. Okay, Flocky Inu or whatever. Some guys went around and made a coin called Flocky Inu. Obviously another scam, right? But that just got adopted by Elon Musk's brother. I forgot what his name was. His brother's little charity thingy. So a meme just came out of nowhere and now is part of a charity. So end of the day, they are getting adoptions. People do it just for the fun anyway. But ultimately, you and me, we're not in it for the fun, or we're not in it for anything. We're in it for the money. So we make the money, and we make the, you know, we invest in the bottom, and then we sell at the top. This is a chart. I don't know if you remember, guys, we talked about this, the pattern, right? ABCDE, the Elliott wave pattern. And as you can see how the Elliott wave 1 is playing out exactly. We're finding resistance exactly on this line. This is what I wanted to show, right? And you know what's going to happen, right? So we do know that we could expect a dump to come back down. Now, I did want to adjust this because there is one fact that I didn't really check. So this was all based on maths, by the way. This was based on maths. And what we see is if we go below this level here, this $41,000 level here, right, we might actually go into a bear run, right? So we need to make sure that whatever happens, if we do get a correction, we don't come to the $41,000 level or below that, right? And we should be okay. Then we should be able to see the big power move, right? So that's all I just want to show you here, because it is an old chart that I still have. Dogecoin, look, once upon a time, Dogecoin was abandoned. The only reason Dogecoin is surviving is because of Litecoin Foundation. Litecoin Foundation decided to take Dogecoin and started mining for it and do some upgrades and this and that. That's the only reason Dogecoin is surviving, right? Dogecoin was abandoned years ago by the developers. They said it. Everybody abandoned it, but it's just survived. It's one of those. Dogecoin used to be, people used to give it as a currency on Reddit. It was worth nothing. It was like a free coin, and now Reddit has its own currency. So this is what it was. I mean, Dogecoin was just a joke. You just used to gift to people or have a little joke with it, right? That's what it was. It didn't cost anything. But now it's getting the development. This is what's going on. But then what you have to understand is other meme coins that are coming on multiple different networks, right? Whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Tron, whether it's Solana or anything like this, right? These are actual hardcore developers. Teams are coming behind it. Marketing teams are coming behind it. So what says they can't survive as well? So I'm not pro meme or anything, because remember, I'm not pro BTC, right? But ultimately what I'm trying to say is I'm being logical here, and I'm saying, well, if they've got enough marketing capacity, what says they can't succeed? You know what I mean? And what says Dogecoin can't just get dumped one day? So ultimately, obviously, the market leaders, right? So when you're talking about BTC being the first coin, it's obviously got the market advantage of being the first. Ethereum being the, you know, what would you call this? The smart contract platform. Sole reason it's still the top is because it was the first mover. Do you know what I mean? But what says it's going to stay there forever? What says this is going to stay there forever? It doesn't have to. Do you see what I mean? Remember I told you, even if BTC is ranked number 10 at some point, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't mean it's not number one. It's still number one. It was the first coin that came in. Do you know what I mean? Visit what, bro? Tell me what you want me to visit. Hold on. Webull Exchange. Webull Exchange. Is that what you want me to do? Webull Exchange. Okay, so enjoy tech, enjoy investing. Okay, great. Yeah, so stocks, options, ETF, ADRs. Great, no worries. Are they regulated? This is the question. Okay, save retirement. We were both are okay. Individual brokerage account. Okay, that's fine. All good. Everything sounds all good. I'm going to do a little bit more research. I don't want to talk about it. I am going to do a little bit more research. I want to see if this is, I mean, I'm seeing quite a few stuff here, but I want to see if they have the, okay, they do. You know, this is Webull Finance. Okay, well that seems to be okay. So they did get the securities trading is offered, right, to self-directed customers by Webull. Okay, there's a few bits and bobs here, but I still want to see if they have the actual SEC license to operate this. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing. You'll have these kind of coins coming out, or like, you know, one of the ones, what was the other one? Robinhood. And I know this is a copy of Robinhood, right? Or they're trying to take over some customers from Robinhood, something like that, right? But ultimately, you know, what the hell? Annual margin rates. Okay, it's not that bad. You see, this is what they're doing. They're just trying to copy Robinhood. I'm telling you, this is just eCash. We've got eCash here. Why do we have to Google it? Look, I just talked about eCash, bro. What was it? XES. XES. What was this? XEC. Sorry, XEC. We don't have to Google it. We can just go here and double check it. Bitcoin Cash ABC chain has rebranded to eCash XEC. So this is Bitcoin Cash. Great. Let's go into their website. Okay, lovely. We love the graphics. Very comforting when you see that. Imagine some new guy comes onto the website and sees that. The first thing they're going to do, all my days I'm getting hacked, they'll leave. So, all right, so that's what it is. They rebranded. What about it? What do you want me to talk about? Do you know what I mean? What's the story? I don't care about the story. Redefining wealth. Like what? Did you know what they did? Did you know what eCash did? They've basically changed the numbers. So their market cap now is slightly different to what it was before. You know, so say for example, you had one, whatever it was, right? Because I don't follow this stuff, right? If you had one Bitcoin ABC, for example, back in the days, now you get like 1,000. That's what they did. They just made it into a miniature amount. So now you can actually transact with it, smaller amount. They've just upped the thing. So look, 21 trillion. 21 trillion coin. Enjoy, bro. Yeah, so what they're trying to do is they want to make it into a money system. So this can be a currency that you can buy, sell, do anything. You do your everyday stuff. That's what they're doing. But you got 21 trillion coins. I mean, of course, if you own a few billion of them, great, good luck, you're a millionaire. But has this got a future? Looks okay, right? Also, now that I've just remembered everything about it, the pump that we saw, I know this pump doesn't work. This pump doesn't work because if the coins were tripled and doubled and tripled, then everybody got like 1,000 more coins. Then of course it's going to look like this because it just shows the increase in value and demand. But the fact is, it's not really demand. So I'm still going to wait for all of this. I'm still going to wait for this. This ain't going to make anybody rich yet. Maybe in the future. But again, if I was to recommend anything to people, I would say, well, just for the sake of it, pick up $100 and just forget about it. Do you know what I mean? As usual. Right, look, it's 4:10. I'm not going to make this any longer. let's move over to things. So yeah, I mean, whatever their website was, Webull, whatever it was, we were seeing everything. We're going to talk about this on a longer stream, by the way, guys. So I will catch up on it, but on a longer stream, right? So where were we? Now you kind of threw me off, right? Let's have a look, right? So BTC we did. We're looking at, yeah, that's fine. Look, we were going to struggle here anyway, right? As long as we can bounce on these lines, we're absolutely fine. So I'm just going to fly through these. This we don't need anymore. Yeah, same again. I would just need to basically break above this 50. Then we're going to have a nice little rejection around this $52,000 levels. Dominance dropping. It's awesome. When the dominance drops, you know the alts are going to pump. So when the dominance drops, it's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I was going to talk about all of this stuff, but I'm not. Ethereum, you can see we've come and tested this resistance again. We're bound to break it at some point. If we do, then obviously you can see where we can go, right? So that would be something awesome to see. What was this? This was Ethereum. Ethereum just basically bouncing on this level, not doing anything much. I think it's just waiting for that power move. I think this particular level, it might do a breakout around this level. So before that, I wouldn't expect anything, so it's going to go slow and steady, which is quite cool actually to see. BNB still waiting to break out. As you can see, everything is showing bullish. Volume's coming back in also, but it just hasn't made that push. So let's have a look at that push and see where that goes. DOT struggling on that resistance level, but you know what? When it does, it's going to be a power move. It's going to be a power move when DOT moves, right? Sol, absolutely fine. Correction is good. This is exactly a perfect time. If someone's going to pick it up, this is a perfect time. No financial advice, but this is exactly where I would pick it up. I'm going to be loading a little bit more. Cardano bouncing on the trend line is awesome to see. This is the long-term trend line. This is the short-term trend line. I mean, we could expect it to break down a little bit, but I think it's absolutely fine. It can actually hold this and bounce as long as the momentum is up. And so far as we know, it is, right? Which was this? Oh, this is a coin that I actually didn't want to talk about. So we know about SHIB. We talked about SHIB, right? So yeah, other than that, guys, everything else is okay. I don't want to really talk too much about other stuff. And looking at the 200 gainers, you can see this is when the alts have started to move, right? So this is a good indicator. When you start seeing alts start to pump, not the major ones, alts, right? Major ones are sitting around. So for example, if you look here, look, major ones are sitting around, major BTC sitting around, major Ethereum sitting around, major USDT, obviously, right? Still sitting around, but USDT is red. Remember, when USDT is red, it means it's going in somewhere else. So when we look at the top 200 and say, okay, where is it going into? We can see this moving into these. These are all making massive moves. I mean, look at CVC, at Civic, 64% in 24 hours. This is insane. I talked about Axis yesterday. I said it's not going to survive, but it's going to pump. Look, Axis just pumped. You know what I mean? Axis pumped 23%. So if someone bought Axis yesterday, 23% up, would you do? Get the hell out. That's what I say, right? So there's a few others. I mean, you know, there's a lot of these coins that are actually going to start pumping. But this is why I'm taking advantage and I'm actually starting to scale out. Do you see what I mean? So I'm using this metric here, observing the market, right? And what I mean by that is very simple. I'm going to show you one more chart. All right, one more chart, and this is the one, right? Total 3. Look, this is the entire altcoin market without BTC and without Ethereum. Look, excluding BTC and Ethereum. And what do I see here? I see this. Look, we just peaked, right? We're just coming there. We're about to peak. We're about to break this. Altcoins are going to go parabolic right now. So this is my perfect opportunity to start scaling out of some of the coins that I bought around here somewhere. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. So I'm not getting out of the ones that are here. No. I'm getting out the ones I was here somewhere in this is 2020. So for example, here, the coins I bought around here, right? I'm scaling out of them right now because I'm like, okay, I've done it right because I can see it's all logic, right? These are old coins that are now going to be slightly abandoned or getting less attention. Newer coins are getting more attention. So new coins around here are getting more attention. So I'm going to stick around them for a little bit longer. But the older ones that I don't see any attention, but I see some value, get the hell out. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing here right now. And I'm doing this while the power ratio, like, you know, value ratio against BTC is still good. That's what I'm doing. So I'm getting the hell out, right? So that's what's happening. So I'm telling you guys, markets getting ready to do this. I mean, it's just all of this, everything, doesn't matter which chart you go to, you just see this one pattern. There's this breakout coming. And this breakout, you know, whenever we do a breakout, they're massive. This is a breakout. and it's coming, and when it does, it's just going to go shoot up, right? So that's when you need to start being afraid, and that's when you need to stop being excited and get the hell out as soon as you can, because if you don't, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to get wrecked. So yeah, other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this any longer. I don't have any time. It's 4:15, so I'm going to shoot right now. I will make a longer video. So what I'll do is probably on Monday, I'll do a video where you can ask me anything. How about this, right? So on Monday, let's do a video where you ask me anything, and I basically do your charts for you. So on Monday, there will be Ask Me Anything, one of those kind of thing. Obviously, you don't ask for balances, but other than that, you put your coins, and I will talk about your coins. And it doesn't matter if it takes an hour, if it takes 2 hours, if it takes 5 hours. I will give you every single coin and every single analysis on those coins and spend time rather than just flying through it. How about this? Right? Do you all agree? If you do, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share with one other, guys. Share with one other. Let's grow the community. And also remember, we've got the $10,000 giveaway. When we meet this threshold, everyone enters basically. So just to follow the rules, go to Discord, check out there, and then yeah, it will be awesome from that point onwards, and we see where we go. So yeah, let's do this, and I'll do a little bit more research on Webull and this and that, but I do remember what it was. Right now I remember, because there's so much in my head. Webull is basically trying to be the new Robinhood, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's even made by Robinhood. So that's that, or the founders are involved. And then you've got Bitcoin ABC, or whatever you want to call it, right? It doesn't matter. Listen, remember I told you there's about 30,000 forks of Bitcoin. Also talking about forks, right? I'll tell you one thing. You're gonna freak out when you hear this. Now it's gonna make sense to you. You see 11,500 coins here. That's only the listed coins, my friends, not the one that are not listed. I have 3 coins, and all 3 of them are not listed here. I can tell you my 3 coins are not listed here, right? So you see what I mean, right? This is not all the coins. My coin is live, but it's not listed here because I didn't apply to be listed. This is only the ones that are applied to be listed. So do you know how many thousands of coins there are that are not even listed? Right? It's freaky. So this is why when I said Bitcoin has 30,000 forks, I'm not joking. It has 30,000 forks, right? But they're just not listed. Imagine if they all start listing here. Imagine if CoinMarketCap decides to list everything. The market goes insane. You all will lose your mind, right? So other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm not going to make this any longer. I hope this was informative, and I hope we can basically catch up again. But remember, guys, 0.1 BTC is all you need for the next 5, 10 years, 15 years, and you're going to have an awesome time. You're going to thank me later on. This is what it is, and as we progress, it just changes. I mean, in the future, 10 years from now, I'll be probably telling someone, all you need is 0.01 BTC. So that's what's going to happen. So are you prepared for this? That's the whole thing. But other than that, as I said, right now the strategy is to start thinking about exit, and then obviously being prepared for what the bear market's going to do and when it's going to come, and then scaling back in again during the bear run. So that's going to be the thing. And one of the thing I am going to do is next bear market, I am planning to probably jump into about 1,000 different coins. It's a little strategy, little experiment I'm going to do, but I'll obviously talk about on the video how I do it and what I'm going to do, and we'll go from there. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on another one. Adios, my amigos.